My name is Rosemary Bell. I prefer Rosie, born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. I came to California in 1980, but I only started teaching in 1990. And I've been teaching at Skyline for 33 years. First as a part-timer, then as a full-time faculty member. I teach history. History found me, I gather, when I was young. It has intrigued me ever since. I teach all kinds of history, U.S. history, world history. I really like teaching specialized classes like the Holocaust and history and politics of the Middle East. Teaching is one of the hardest jobs in the world, but it's also one of the most rewarding. I know you've heard that a lot, but it is true. Well, when Joshua asked me to do this interview about the teachers' strike, which we frankly have not done, we have never called for a strike. We think of our students and we think of our students' faces, and it's really hard to go out on strike. Some people think it's selfish to go out on strike when we have our students who are just trying to get through their education. However, when he asked me to do this interview, we had not had a contract. We have not had a contract for over about a year and a half. Lots of negotiations going on. How it basically works is the union offers what we would like, and the district comes back and says, well, this is what we'll give you. This is what we won't even discuss. But the negotiations went on for a year and a half. The union and the district has come to a, quote, tentative agreement. So what happens next is the tentative agreement is looked at by all the union members, which I am one. And then if it's a contract that we can live with, please believe that you don't always get what you want. If the union membership feels that this is a contract we can live with, for 3 years, it's a 3-year contract, then we will vote on it. What did we ask for? Almost the first thing that you ask for is, of course, more money. Let's say we ask for 30%. District may come back and say, well, we'll give you 22%, and we'll give you 7% this year, 7% the next year, and 8% the last year. Well, can we live with that? Well, I mean, it's not bad, sure. There's also other things that people don't realize that it goes into negotiating. One is we have more part-time faculty in the district than we have full-time faculty. And they, frankly, are not treated as equals. Okay? They're doing much of the work, maybe even more of the work, but they're not treated as equals. For example, they do not get district-paid health care. Full-time faculty does, but we're also now paying towards our health care at the district. This is something new, frankly. We also asked for more help for part-timers to pay their healthcare costs. Classrooms that can handle faculty with disabilities. We have a pretty good student disability program, but we don't have anything for faculty really that works. We asked for, there's something called dual enrollment, where you can be sent out to a high school without being asked if you even want to do it and teach a class there. Many people can't because, they have family responsibilities, but we asked for the courtesy, if you want to say, of being asked, and the district said no, you don't need to be asked. So we were trying to negotiate, and this was just a few of the things that we were negotiating, but it took a year and a half for that to happen. I have not seen the new contract suggestion. I haven't seen the tentative contract. So I don't know what's going to happen now. Maybe by December we'll have a new contract. We'll have to see. Frankly, it's not money. It's not all about money. What I'd like to see is a 4-day teaching week, an hour and 20-minute classes rather than these 50-minute times that we get where you can barely get a topic across. I would put a cap on classes, meaning rather than 45 per class, 35 to 40, because otherwise you can't give students personal attention. A faculty load for full-timers, rather than 5 classes, I would make it 4 classes. It gives the opportunity then for faculty to not only work on special projects, but of course to spend more time with curriculum and coming up with, new ideas for their classes. The idea of transparency, you hear that an awful lot, meaning, yes, we tell you everything that we're doing. Well, that's not true. There are things that they do here at the district that we have no idea what they're doing. More transparency and actually look up the word and see what it means and how you can, process it. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see smaller class size so we can have more, quote, seminar class-like classes rather than giving somebody, a textbook and tell them to go read the textbook and take a multiple choice test. That's not teaching. That's not learning. So I have some pretty good ideas. I'm going to be retiring at the end of May 2024, so I probably will not be around if we change anything. Frankly, just sitting at this table where Joshua and I are is so much better than having students sitting behind each other in a classroom. So those are some changes that I would really like to see. First of all, we have not gone on strike. I just want to make sure that the people who are going to be reading this or listening to this know that we never got to either authorizing a strike because there are many faculty members who really don't want to do that because it affects their students, it could affect their money coming in and all of that. So anyway, we never got to a strike. I was one who said the only way they're going to listen to us and pay attention to us is by letting them know that we're ready to strike. But it didn't have to happen, and that's a good thing. Is it easy for me as I sit here, in the armchair general, if you want to say, saying what my perfect world would be? I've been saying this for years, and I think that I don't feel that I will be around to see some of these changes, but I have colleagues who agree with what I say, and I'm hoping that they will be the ones that benefit from these kind of changes. I just hope it comes to fruition because I think they deserve better and different. It's not that they're not getting a good education here. They could get a better education here. Yeah. One of the best parts of teaching is sitting here and watching Joshua being so enthusiastic about what he's doing and taking chances. It's such a reward, if you want to say, when students do take chances and move with those chances and work with them. So he's a filmmaker. I'm trying to get him into doing history documentaries. Whether or not that'll happen, I don't know. Yeah. But I appreciate him and other students too who take that chance to